Hello brothers and sisters, it's so lovely to speak with you today. I want to start this video off with trigger warning. I'm going to be talking about the spiritual warfare against our sacred sexuality. I learned only a couple of hours ago of the tragic story of a young woman who has been legally euthanized because of her earlier childhood rape. Can you imagine the absolute suffering, not only of her, but of all the people who love her that have been left behind? I've been sexually abused myself, and if you're watching this, then you probably have as well, or you know somebody very close to you who has. We are living in times where there is spiritual warfare against our sacred sexuality. And so I just wanted to have a conversation with you about that today. We, as light workers, who have agreed to embody this dark template of the illusion against sacred sexuality, it has been hell on earth, and we have been walking in these shoes and they have felt disgusting. And really what I'm trying to do in my practice is to actually come away from that very low vibration of sexual trauma. But the fact is that we cannot be leaders in this field unless we talk about the shadow aspects. So I really appreciate if this is something that's going to be triggering to you, that you can find this difficult, but I promise you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So if you have been sexually abused, or you know somebody who's been sexually abused, my guidance has spoken and has said to me that we agreed to carry this template so that we could transmute and birth a new sexuality onto this planet. The hidden dark agenda has been to tarnish our sacred sexuality, has been to destroy the unity of the masculine and the feminine in whatever way you embody that, so that we would feel that sexuality was not made of love but made of shadows. Heaven on earth can only be birthed through the union of love, through our sexual energy. Can you think of what that really means? The power that we have as human beings through our sacred sexuality, what that means to have heaven here on earth. We are angels, brothers and sisters. We are angels of the Most High, that we are mighty warriors of love, and that yes, it has been painful, it has been traumatic, that it has been the most heavy endurance, the heaviest of shadows. And I'm not even going to edit my feelings from this video, because this has been my path as well, that I was sexually abused from when I was 6 for 10 whole years. Can you imagine being sexually abused for 10 years and what that means for an adult when you go into the world? Even if it only happened to you once, that's enough. That's enough to destroy somebody for their whole entire life. Just one time, to have your sexual energy be violated, to have your human vessel, one that is made for love. Brothers and sisters, we are not dogs to be euthanized. Can you imagine the suffering that we have endured? No more. This has to stop with us. We have to be the change where it stops with us. It doesn't just happen to women, it happens to men, it happens to our children, No more. We cannot take no more. And I just wanted to really create this video because I'm so deeply touched today by this young woman who's been euthanized. I can't believe it. Can't believe it, brothers and sisters, that this has happened. This shouldn't have happened. Bless her, send your prayers to her. And you think about all the pain and the suffering in the world where violation against our sexual selves is happening. It's unbearable to think about, isn't it? So, what can we do? We have to work through our suffering, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty, is it? No. And we have to join together in love. We have to join together in union and realize we are not the enemy. Our brothers are not the enemy. Our sisters are not the enemy. Our fathers, our mothers. We're family. We're family, brothers and sisters. And this really calls to me, you know, that the enormity of it gets to me at times, doesn't it? To you. And if you are watching this and you are carrying sexual trauma within you and that you haven't shared that, I really encourage you to reach out to somebody, someone that's going to hold you in a safe space, that isn't going to judge you and that loves you for what you are about to bring, because carrying that burden on your shoulders has affected you, and it's affected those who love you. It has affected your relationships. It's affected the way that you are in this world. Can you imagine, brothers and sisters, that we agreed to this on a higher level? But it doesn't take away the trauma that is embodied within us. It doesn't take away our nightmares. It doesn't take away how we view ourselves, how that we have embodied shame, how we have embodied self-loathing, how we have embodied disgust against our own sexual vessel, against the purity, against our innocence. And this is who we are at our very source. So I really want to come together and really offer my prayers and to bring in now a song, so that if you have been sexually violated in any way, I hope that this brings you some sort of healing. And I would love to hear from you. And if you would like me to be a safe space to witness your story, I'm available to do that. I love you, brothers and sisters. Thank you for listening.